As you just settle in and make yourself comfortable, you can begin to relax as you notice the rhythm of your breathing, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, and the ebb and flow of the air as you breathe in and breathe out. And as you rest here, listening to my voice, you can just allow any tension to begin to fade into the background. And wherever you're listening right now, whether in a favorite chair or lying in bed, is a place you've set aside for yourself for these few moments. And you might notice how a window will sometimes become a mirror as the daylight begins to fade. And it's in those in-between moments that we realize how much can appear and disappear on the same pane of glass. And perhaps as you settle in comfortably, part of you can just allow the world outside that window to blur, so your focus gently shifts, becoming more aware of your breathing, the feeling of the support of your body. And you might find, as your awareness begins to drift inwards, that the window's glass has layers. Sometimes you can see through it clearly. Sometimes the reflection of your own room softens the worlds beyond. And even as the outside sounds or distractions come and go, just like a soft breeze against the glass, your sense of ease just deepens. It's like discovering that the more you let things be as they are, the more something inside begins to explore what else is possible, beyond the veneer, within the layers of your own perceptions. And I wonder if you can recall sitting beside a window in the early evening, noticing how the view changes with every shift of the light. At first, you might see only what you expect, the familiar scene, the habits of daily thought drifting by. But sometimes, as the sun dips or a cloud passes by, you discover new colors and gentle shapes you overlooked before. And we sometimes forget that every single opinion or belief is like a single angle on a much bigger landscape. And I know someone who insisted that their bedroom window always faced north, certain that the sunrise would never enter. And then one morning, a neighbor pointed out how the glow of the dawn touched even the far side of their room. And it's curious how our minds are sometimes like that north-facing window, only allowing us to see what we want until someone points out the obvious. And maybe you can remember a time when your own perspective changed about something, large or small, an idea that was previously fixed, stuck, impossible to change, began to move, not because you forced it, because something inside became curious, or a quiet part wondered, what if there's more to see? And you know we're all shaped by what we've seen before. And still, just as light transforms the familiar, openness arrives in unexpected ways, with a chance encounter, a surprising fact, a moment when someone said, "Have you ever tried looking at it this way?" And there's no rule that says that a window must stay a mirror, and there's no rule that says you can't open yourself to new viewpoints, even just a little bit at a time. And you might recognize how good it feels when curiosity flows, when being open-minded becomes easier. Not all at once, but just with a gentle possibility. Even the strongest glass shimmers with different layers, and when you allow tiny shifts of light, new perspectives show up. And sometimes when stubbornness appears, it's there to protect, to preserve what's important to you. And yet, you'll discover that what matters most, connection, understanding, or simply growing, flourishes when you're willing to try a different light, even just for a moment. And perhaps each time you feel yourself resisting a new idea, some part of you pauses and considers what curiosity would feel like. Not committing, not agreeing, just gently inviting a little more light, letting yourself notice a wider view. And just as a window never runs out of sky to view, your mind can welcome possibilities in a way that fits with who you are, respecting what feels right and letting go of the need for certainty, replacing it with calm curiosity. And now, as you begin to return your attention to the present moment, you might feel the support of the surface beneath you, the gentle movements of your fingers or toes, a sense of the air in the room, reminding you this openness is always something you can revisit. And each time you notice something familiar in a new way or hear a viewpoint that surprises you, the window in your mind becomes a bit clearer, letting in more of the world. And there's a natural ease now in carrying this flexibility forward, so that what was habitually closed may in its own time practicing opening, even a little, just as day follows night and light returns to the window. And now, as you take another deep breath, you can feel yourself returning to the here and now, just allowing yourself to become more aware of the sounds around you, the air against your skin. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, returning to the room, bringing back all the feelings that you discovered here today. And in the days ahead, you may find yourself pausing when presented with a new idea or a differing opinion, noticing how openness comes more naturally. You might even invite a gentle curiosity to visit more often, discovering what new vistas can be revealed even through the smallest shift of perspective. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. It's good to notice your own progress, and every time you practice openness, the window in your mind becomes a little wider. And if this experience has been helpful, you're welcome to revisit or explore more whenever you wish. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.